Hey everybody. I wanted to pop in and kind of tell my story and talk to you about motivation and talk to you about time. First of all, I'm in my car because my phone is about dead and I need to plug it in. And I really like to do these videos in privacy because I'm so easily distracted. So that's why I'm sitting in my car in the garage. So just so you know that. So first of all, my name is Jenny, and I've been a Beachbody coach for just over 2 years. I do this as a side business. I am a full-time teacher for my full-time job. But anyway, to start, I need to tell you about how I got to where I'm at right now. Growing up, I was heavy. I was that, fat friend. And I, it was devastating to me. I didn't want to be overweight. I wanted to lose weight, didn't know how. Struggled with it all through high school, all through college. Developed a pretty serious eating disorder that I hid from every single person I knew for 20 years. Um, I would binge and purge and then, go on a healthy kick. But as soon as I would eat something that wasn't right, off to the bathroom I ran for 20 years. And truly, it destroyed my health pretty seriously, actually. And then my husband had made a comment to me a few years ago. And because I was one of those over exercisers too, trying to over exercise that bad diet that I had. And I got done doing like an hour and a half workout, and I came upstairs from the basement, and he made a comment and said, for somebody that works out like you do, shouldn't you be losing weight? Yep, I should have. I should have been losing a lot of weight with as much as I was working out. Problem is, I was eating like total crap, and that comment was a huge eye opener to me. And right about that time, a friend of mine that I worked with had just had a baby, and she'd done a couple months of the 21-day fix, and she'd posted her results on Facebook. And I mean, it caught my attention right away. Like, wow, I want this. And so I reached out to her, and it's like, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what this is. I don't know what a challenge group is, but sign me up. Like, I was in a downward spiral, and if I didn't change what I was doing, I could have died. It was that bad. So she signed me up, and within the first 4 months, I lost 30 pounds, and I did it honestly. There was no eating disorder. There was no cheating. I followed the plan to a T, like to a T, 30 pounds. And it was the most food I had had in years. With that, that's how I kind of got into coaching. Truly, I wanted the discount because I was buying Shakeology, and I didn't want to buy a different brand. I'd done all the research, and Shakeology was the best out there, but I needed to get it cheaper. And so I signed up to be a coach to get that discount. And then it's kind of turned into, this is what I like to do. So why shouldn't I lead challenge groups too? So that's how I got into it. And what's funny is, kind of a backstory too, my husband and I tried to have children for almost 10 years, struggled with infertility, went through the whole gamut of testing, couldn't find a single thing wrong. I mean, we knew he was okay. He has 2 children from a previous marriage. And I mean, they tested me for everything. They couldn't find anything wrong with me. I started in August with Beachbody. In February 16th of the following year, I found out I was pregnant. And my OB and my family doctor both feel that it was getting my body healthy on the inside. Finally, I was able to conceive my little girl. So anyway, that was like my huge success story. So anyway, paying it forward with that. So I want to talk to you because I get questions a lot about motivation. If you follow me, and I know I don't know a lot of you, if you follow me on Facebook or Instagram, especially Instagram, you'll see in my stories that I work out every single day. Well, except for Sundays. I take Sundays off. But every day of the week, I'm doing something. And so people often say, like, gosh, how do you stay motivated? I'm not motivated. I mean, I am, but I don't feel motivated every single day. It is not motivation that gets me through my workouts. Sure, I want to be healthy. Sure, I want to be fit. Sure, I want to look good in my clothes. Sure, I want to be able to play with my children. But it also takes discipline. And that is the key. I have disciplined myself that I want all of these things. And so in order to feel these things and to be these things, I have to instill some self-discipline. And so that's what it is for me. I know that I just have to do this every day. I know that I have to eat well. I know that I have to work out, but not overextend my body. I just know that. And so in order for me to have these things, I have to be disciplined. So it's not always about motivation. I am not always motivated. There's a lot of mornings where I get up and I go, God, the last thing I want to do is go work out. I want to veg out all day. You know, I want to lay on the couch and watch Netflix. I want to go out to a bar and drink a beer. Well, probably not a bar anymore. But yeah, I want to have a cocktail, or I want to have a Captain and Coke. Like, that's my go-to. But I know that if I want to feel the way I feel every day, I also have to be disciplined. And that is something that I've kind of developed over time, like that discipline. The other question I get is, or comment actually a lot, is I just don't have the time. Girl, I don't have the time either. I have a senior in high school. I have a sophomore in high school. And I have a 20-month-old crazy toddler. I work a full-time job 9 months out of the year, 10 months out of the year. I don't have the time either. But I also have to make myself a priority. If I want this, I have to find the time. And so that's what I do. And for me, carving out that 30 to 60 minutes for my workouts, for me, happens early in the morning. During the school year, I am up at 4 a.m. Summertime, I'm up at 5. Because, well, in the summertime, my baby gets up at 7. And it is like an internal clock. That girl is up at 7 o'clock. So in order for me to get in, I got to get up at 5. And it takes discipline, not always motivation, discipline to do that. In the school year, I have to get that little girl up at 6 so I can be at work on time. And so I get up at 4. And it takes discipline. Not motivation always. It takes discipline. And really, my kids go to bed. Well, my toddler, she goes to bed at 7 o'clock, 6:30 sometimes. So I just put myself to bed early. I'm in bed most nights by 9 o'clock. unless my high schoolers have an event that I have to go to and I'm up later than that. But I carve that time out. And if you want it bad enough, you just do it. I know some other mamas that they do better by carving their time out in the evening, like after their kids go to bed. They get their workout in. That is fabulous too, but for me, it wouldn't work for me because it would give me too much energy after it was over and I'd never get to bed. So I know for me, it works best to carve out my time first thing in the morning. So I have the same 24 hours that you have. There is a half hour, there is 60 minutes you can carve in there, however long your workouts are. You just have to make them a priority. You have to make yourself a priority. So that's how I deal with the time. And if I have something, okay, so this is what's great about our accountability groups. So a couple weeks ago, I had a dentist appointment, and I am a freak when it comes to the dentist. I have to be on Valium. I have to have nitrous. I mean, it is an event for me to go to the dentist. And so that day that I had my dentist appointment, I was on Valium. So I knew that I couldn't do my workout in the morning, but I knew that as soon as that Valium wore off after my dentist appointment, I'd be able to do it. And like I said, I'm an early morning workout person, and I was afraid that I wouldn't get it done in the afternoon. And so in my accountability group, my challenge group, I posted what was happening. And I asked, hey, somebody hold me accountable here. Make sure I get my workout in. And one of the girls, she's like, hey, I'll work out with you. And we set up this live, a FaceTime. And we worked out together that afternoon. And had I not been in a challenge group, I'm not so sure that I would have got my workout in that afternoon. So, I mean, that is something so cool about these accountability groups. So anyway, I've rambled and rambled now for 12 minutes. I'm sure you shut me off a long time ago. But that is my story. That's how I do my motivation. And that is my little talk about time. So, you guys, you're in here for a reason. You want this. Make yourself a priority. This is not scary. This is not a scam. It is a process. This happens over time. Let's do this thing together.